Hello, everyone. This is Kerwin, and I'm ready to give you another episode of how to monetize your travel blog. Now, one of the best ways to monetize your travel blog is with email marketing. Lots of content creators don't use email marketing. If you check your email box, you will see you get emails from a lot of companies. In travel, the airlines and the hotels are very, very good at this. Because as soon as you buy a ticket or you create a hotel reservation, you are going to get emails from these companies and you get them all the time. And you don't want to unsubscribe because you don't know if you unsubscribe what you're going to miss. So they have this urge to keep sending you stuff and you have the FOMO, so you never unsubscribe, usually. So we're going to talk about email marketing for content creators today. And I will search that so you can see. Now, you may not be seeing that because somebody did not share their screen. So let me do that. Okay. So now that I'm sharing, you should be able to see this little thing that says email marketing strategies for travel content creators. Let's go. Okay. So what is the purpose of this presentation? Well, it's to help travel content creators like yourself grow and monetize their business through email marketing. Very simple, right? So, what are we going to cover today? We're going to talk about what is email marketing because not many people know what that is. You hear it, you use it, but you don't understand what it is. Most people don't. Why should we collect leads? Setting up your campaigns, features of email marketing you should look for when you're choosing a platform, tools to get you started, creating opt-in pages, and I'll define what an opt-in page is, crafting a compelling sign-up message. The power of pop-ups, I know some of you hate them, but they really do work. Thank you pages, creating an effective welcome email, newsletter frequency, monetizing your email list. So obviously, I can't start by saying this is how you monetize your list if you don't even know how to create one. So we're going to do that, and then we'll do some next steps. Okay. So let's talk about what is email marketing. The definition is the delivery of marketing information via electronic mail. Very simple, right? So it's all the emails that you get in your mailbox. That is email marketing. And it's just a way to basically sell you stuff. Now, you can send regular email uh, marketing campaigns, whether it be daily, weekly, or whatever you choose, and you're going to sell products or you're going to survey your audience need. Surveying is one of the most important things that most people don't even use in email marketing because you have a captive audience. And so in order for you to figure out what that audience needs, the best way is to email them. I do that all the time because I know my audience, but sometimes I don't know what they want. So I never run out of content because I know what they want because they tell me. And how do they tell me? I create surveys. Some email marketing tool will give you an easy way to do this. Others don't give any other way, so you have to choose an external way to do that. And I think I have this in here, so we'll talk about it. If not, I will add it. Why collect leads? Uh, when you Back in the day, you would go to a conference and you have your product selling, and you just write somebody's email address down, and then you come back and you send them a little personal email. Hey, thank you for meeting me at the conference. Here are my products that I sell. Please keep in touch if you need something. Now it's more sophisticated. You can send them to a link. You can use a QR code, and that will take them to a page, and then you can collect the leads. So there are a lot of different ways to collect your leads. And the whole idea is so that you can communicate with your audience, engage, and so you can engage and understand what their needs are. The other thing is that you want to build a community. You want to write the newsletter like you're talking to a friend. And it's so much better when you have a conversation rather than you're talking over the person. So what you do, you can create an avatar just like you have an avatar for your website. And what that will do is create the ideal person that you want to talk to. So let's say the your target person, your avatar, is say a 35-year-old male or a 35-year-old female who works in corporate. They travel once or twice a week because they're heavy travelers, or they travel once a month, or they travel once a year. They go to warm places or they go to cold places. You see where I'm coming from with this, right? So once you know that, you can sit and you can talk to them like you're having coffee or you're having tea. Always make sure that all your emails deliver value and provide a high level of content. And you do this because you want to retain the subscribers. If your emails are dull, then you're not going to get open rates really low. And an open rate, which I don't think I have a definition in here, but an open rate is how your email gets the rate at which your email is opened. It's kind of weird using the words to describe what I'm talking about, but it is, let's say some of them, it varies by market. So you can have an open rate of say 50%, which is really good, by the way. My open rates are typically about 45%. Sometimes they're 60 or 70%, but it depends on the subject line. If you have a subject line that works, then you'll get a high open rate, but you may not get a high click-through rate. And a click-through rate is when somebody clicks on a link inside your email, that's how it comes up with a click-through rate. So sometimes you may have a high open rate, but you have a low click-through rate because you don't really have anything that somebody needs to click on, or they're not interested in what you have. Now, this is good because then you know not to send them that stuff the next time around. You want to market your products in your emails, which is why you collect your leads. And sometimes you can blatantly market it, or you can introduce it just subtly. And you also want to collect your leads so you can share ideas and feedback and test new ideas with your audience. I have a beta group in my list, and every time I'm thinking of something or sending something new, I will send it out to these folks. Now they opted in for this. And so when you send them the beta list, they expect it, they won't opt out because they're like, why are you sending me this? So setting up your campaign, you need to have a clear objective of what you want to do. And so you want to do, whether you're doing this email for brand awareness, whether it's a product sale email, and you also want to make sure you have proper content delivery. Content delivery just means that it's information that you're sending out. You want to offer your folks some kind of incentive. Normally, it's a freebie, and we're going to talk about signups and what you can offer your audience, and so you can know. You ever go into a page and someone says, "Hey, give me an email address so I can get this." We'll talk about that. Now, one of the cool things is that you can use AI to strategize your campaign. So we're going to switch over to AI in just one sec. And we're going to ask it this question. We're going to say, as a newsletter expert, please create a strategy for my airline travel website. And you can introduce whatever you want to put in there. So if it's your travel blogger or whatever you have, you would put in there. For me, it's an airline travel website, and so that's what I put there. You would put whatever your business is, and you tell it, I'm the only person running the business and I travel worldwide frequently. Now, I've already tuned my AI to know what my business goals are, and this is something that you'll do. And I'm gonna have a whole section just on AI and how to do this. Actually, I'm gonna have a workshop that will teach you all this and how to set up your AI. So let me just go out of here for one sec. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go back to here. And then I'm going to switch over to Chat GBT. And I've already had it queued up and I'm using the newest version. So I'm going to paste that in. And I actually, before I do that, I'll say, hi, how are you today? And it comes back, it's thinking. And it says, hello, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How can I assist you today? Now, it's interesting. When I use the other version, which is the 4.0, if I say, hi, how are you doing today? I think it actually responds differently. Um, it does, right? It's interesting how it does. The new the 1.0 the oh 01 preview is actually it's kind of a different thinker than the 4.0. If you're using it free, you will be using, I think it's using 3.5 these days. So let me paste this in and we'll see what happens. So it's thinking again and it's going to come back and say, now notice what it says. Certainly, crafting an effective newsletter strategy for your airline travel website can help engage your audience, build loyalty, and drive traffic to your site. Here's a comprehensive strategy tailored to your situation as a solo entrepreneur who travels frequently. And so, what it's doing, it's saying you define your audience, which we spoke about. Then it says you do a content strategy, and it's telling me, hey, I could do personal travel stories, destination spotlights, travel tips, and hacks. So, see, it is telling me what I can put in my newsletter. And all I have to do is go create that content. Now, I can also ask it to help me to create that content. So, airline reviews and updates, exclusive deals and offers, user-generated content, encourage subscribers to share their travel stories or photos, feature subscribers' experience in each edition, upcoming events and festivals, and it goes back to frequency and timing. Consistency is key, optimal send times, design and format, mobile friendly, visually appealing, personal touch, call to actions, drive traffic to your website, encourage your social media, feedback and interaction, growing your subscriber list, website sign up forms, incentive instructions. So it is giving me a complete strategy that I can use. And of course, legal compliance is always interesting because you need to know about the laws of email marketing, the rules of email marketing. The beauty, though, is that the provider you choose already takes care of a lot of this. So you don't have to worry about that too much. You do need to know that you need an address and you need to put the address in the email marketing tool. And this is so customers can actually get in touch with you. Monetize opportunities. And so it gives you everything you need just from that one prompt that I put in. And what you can now do, you can choose any one of these prompts and ask it to give me more information. So like number 12, let's say, what do you mean in number 12? And it's probably going to come back and expound on that and tell me what it means. I mean, KPI is key performance indicators. So, and it's going to tell me now 12, measure success, set key performance indicators, define what success looks like, open rates, click-through rates, conversion rates, subscriber growth, unsubscribe rates, bounce rates, web traffic. So it's going through and it's telling me what I need to look for. Now, in your email analytics that comes with your email marketing tool, you will see a lot of this stuff in there. It'll talk about A/B testing. A/B testing is where you say, hey, I have two headlines. I want you to choose one of them. I don't know which one is going to work well. And guess what? You can ask the AI to give you headlines. You can say, hey, this is my topic. Can you give me two headlines or three headlines that I can, usually two because it's A/B testing. So you say you want two headlines and it will give you two headlines. Then what you do, you put those two headlines into your email tool, and then email tool will send both of them. But what it does, it sends It sends them, and I think within the first 4 hours, it figure out which one is working best. And then what it does, it sends it to like 10% first. Whichever one is working best, then it sends it to the rest of the people on your email list using that one. And then it comes back and it'll give you the open rates and click-through rates for each of them. So it's very cool to do that. If you're not sure what's going on. So this AI tool is pretty amazing and it does a lot for you. So I know many of you are afraid of AI and you think it's taking over. It is not really. You just need to know what to ask it and how to ask it. And if you don't understand something, tell it to clarify. All right. Uh, so that's how you'd set up your campaign. So now let's go to the next slide. Now, when you're looking for an email marketing tool, you need to look for some key features. One, you want to make sure you can monetize, or the tool allows you to monetize. Now, what do you mean allows me to monetize? It should have a referral engine. What the referral engine is, it says, hey, I want to be able to have a system where I can share, ask my readers to share my email. Now, when you ask them to share it, you have to give them something, right? So what I did, I created an ebook and I say, if you share it to two people, once you get to two people, the system will automatically send you an ebook that I created. And so far, it's not doing as well as I expected it to, but it's still out there, right? I've gotten, I don't know, maybe 18 shares so far. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I think what I'm probably gonna have to try to do is to create a different freebie and see if that works better. Some email marketing systems, like the two that I recommend, ConvertKit and Beehive, they allow you to put ads in the email. These are really good because when your readers click on it, you get a percentage off the marketing or the money that comes back from the ads. The other thing too is that they have something called email boost, which is also an ad, but it's just like a little snippet where you're encouraging your readers to sign up for other newsletters, and people are paying you a bounty when somebody signs up for those newsletters. And of course, you should be able to sell stuff. Both in Beehive and ConvertKit, you can sell. ConvertKit is a little better because you can actually set up an item for sale inside ConvertKit, and the system will sell it for you. So you don't have to go out. Like no, normally, I used to use a company called I can't remember the company now, but I used to use an external company to sell my ebooks. I could actually sell them using ConvertKit, which is one of the reasons why I still have ConvertKit and I haven't gotten rid of it yet. And because I'm using Beehive and I actually prefer Beehive better to ConvertKit. Reason why I switched from ConvertKit to Beehive was because Beehive it had ads and ConvertKit didn't at the time, and I needed to switch over. The other thing, you need to make sure the email marketing tool can create a sequence. A sequence is where you can send emails. You can send an email every day for X number of days. And you can tell it or every other day or whatever the frequency you want. You want to send once a week, once a month, once a day. You can do that. Some systems actually allow you to send a specific time, which is really good. Not every system allows you to send at a specific time though. So make sure you check that. The other thing too is you need to be the ability to tag subscribers. So which means that if a subscriber clicks on a particular link, you need to be able uh, to say, hey, this person clicked on this link. Let me let me tag them. And so I know that the next time I need to send something or I need to sell something, I know who clicked on it. So let's say you sent it an email and said, hey, folks, if you like cruises, click on this link. Well, the next time you have a cruise offer, you can just send it to all the people who clicked on the cruise link, which makes sense, right? This way, the other people won't get mad when you send them stuff about cruise. The most important thing about an email marketing service provider or email marketing features is to have excellent customer service. I can't tell you how important this is. You need to be able to contact people when something goes wrong. You need to make sure that they value what you do. Some companies do not value you, and all they do is want to take your money every month. I must say that the ConvertKit and the Beehive customer service is actually quite good. Okay. So here's a cool part, right? These are all the tools to get you started. Well, not all, but some of them. Email marketing companies that make email marketing software, you can use Aweber, Beehive, which is my top recommendation. There's another one called Bravo. There's Kit, which is formerly ConvertKit, which I still use, and it was my second recommendation. MailChimp, MailerLite, SendFox, Substack, and Medium. Now, Substack and Medium are items where, and there's another monetization tool as well, where you say what you want in your newsletter. You say, hey, if you want more, if you want a VIP access or if you want extra stuff, then you can subscribe. Beehive allows you to do that as well. And I think ConvertKit either has it or is working on doing that. The idea behind this is that everybody gets a regular newsletter. But if I want to give you more information or more tailored information, you just pay extra. And when you pay extra, you get access to it. And there's a little button in the newsletter that says, hey, for extra information, click here to sign up. It's actually very cool. And it's a great way to monetize your newsletter. What I would say is do not purchase the cheapest uh, uh, newsletter tool. Purchase the one that will do the functionality that you're looking for. So we talk about, what you look for in functionality before. Make sure whatever tool you're choosing will do that. Don't say something like, well, I only have 100 people, so I don't need something that will do 10,000 people. We have 100 people now, but you're not going to just have 100 people. Your goal is to grow your list. And so you might choose a tool that's free, but once your list is grown, now you can't do all the cool stuff that you need to do to grow the newsletter and grow the business. So now you have to move everyone from that tool to another tool, which the new tools always give you an easy way to do it, but then you have to learn it and it takes a little while, and you might lose some of the statistics that you had from the old tool because they don't transfer over to the new tool. You might lose some of the fields that you had in the old tool that doesn't transfer over to the new tool. So I've only used three email marketing tools. I used Aweber because at the time that was the best tool that I could afford. There's a lot more. I know they're talking about free rap, but there's a lot more tools that just gives you a whole bunch of stuff that you will never use. And like for me, I said something called Active Campaign. It has really good functionality, but it wouldn't work for me. There's another one that everybody used to use, but it's so expensive. This is like, if you're running like a multi-million-dollar business, you would use something like that. And even then, no. So you do have to look at the cost of items as well and make sure that you're picking a tool that actually works for you. The SendFox is a tool that's made by AppSumo, and SendFox is actually a really good tool. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it costs is a one-time charge of like $49, and you can send up to 5,000. So that is the limitation with SendFox, and that's another thing. Again, you have to look at the limitations of the tool. Now, there's also you also have to make sure that you have WordPress for your content management. That is, we talked about WordPress in another one of the videos, so you can go look at how WordPress works and make sure you have payment processing system. We also talked about using PayPal and signing up for Stripe so you can actually collect money. Because these systems, like in ConvertKit and Beehive, you have to make sure you have a PayPal account or you have a Stripe account so you can actually take when they want to give you money from the ads that you make, the money you made from the ads, they need somewhere to put it. And so, you need to make sure you have a bank account, and you need to make sure you have PayPal, and also you have Stripe or some way to collect money from everyone. You also need to have opt-in forms. Now, opt-in forms are those things that you see on the homepage, on the about page, at the end of a blog post and on popular pages. This is how you're going to collect people's email address, and I'll show you some examples. So this is my opt-in for my opt-in page. So I created a specific sign-up page, and this is information I have on here. The How this looks is always going to depend on the provider that you have. ConvertKit has a plugin that you can attach to your website if you're using WordPress, and you can create your item, and then you say, hey, pull this form in, and it'll show this form on the page. Others, you have to get a script, which is some code, and you paste that code in your website, and then this page shows up. And you can change the name of, so I have send a guide. You can say, normally it comes up with subscribe, but people don't really like subscribe. And this particular tool only takes an email address. It doesn't take a name and an email address. So then I have another thing in the back end that says once you sign up, it comes up and it asks you for the name of the name of the subscriber. Now, as we talk more about opt-in pages, this is the home page. And most of them allow you to put a little, this is called a little widget here on the right side. And see, it looks the same, it's just in a different plane because it's on the home page. Now, there are other places that you can put your opt-in page because this is how you're going to get subscribers to subscribe to your newsletter. And so there's Facebook tabs, Instagram profile links, Pinterest boards, and Twitter profile. So in your Twitter profile, you can put, say, hey, subscribe to my newsletter, and here's the link. You can create a specific, if you're in Pinterest, it's called boards. So you can create a specific board with a little image, and when someone clicks on that image, it takes you to the subscribe page, a slash sign up page, and then they sign up. I'll show you a little of what so in the Facebook tab, in the About tab, you can put information in here. And so I have a link to my YouTube channel, and I also have a link to my course because I have a course for frequent flyers. And there's also a link to the sign up page. And so you can get a link to that. On your, this is my Instagram profile. I have a link here, and when you click here, it'll take you to a page where you can get more links and sign up. Or I could also just put the link here and say sign up. And as you can see, my Instagram follower account is, it's a small, but I don't use Instagram to get brand deals. Matter of fact, I don't even do brand deals. But whenever they come along, they come along, but it's not something I go out and do because they're always looking for Instagram followers, and I don't have much Instagram followers. So I don't monetize my blog using Instagram. But this might be something that you want to do, and we'll talk about that in a future video because there are people who do that and do it very well. So in social media, so here's the thing. When you have all these followers in social media, if for whatever reason you lose your account, or I think there was a time when one time Facebook wasn't working, Instagram wasn't working, nobody could get to it, then you need a way to get people from your social media into your email marketing tool. And so this is something that Beehive did in order to get people from the internet onto their email list. And so it says comment newsletter, and we'll send you a list of 20 different ways you can make money from a newsletter. Hey, this is a good way to do that, right? But what they're doing is they're collecting your email address. And so when you put newsletter in, they send you a DM, and the DM direct message to your Instagram account. Then you go in there, you click on the link, and the link takes you to a page. And on that page is an opt-in page. And you put your email address in and you get the goodie. So this is how you would do it. Now, how do they do this, right? They're using a tool called ManyChat. And I'll have links to all these tools in their affiliate links. And I'll put them in the description of the video. And so there are different plans. And the free plan just gives you like, whet your appetite, but you probably have to get pro or premium or something like that to get real good value out of it. But the program is called ManyChat. That's what's doing that. Okay. So you need to make sure you craft a compelling sign-up message. And I'm showing you examples of what Beehive does, of what I do. And so you need to highlight the benefits for the users. It is always about the benefits, not the features, but the benefits. Use action-oriented buttons, example, download now. I use we can go back and see what I use. I say uh send the guide because that's relevant, right? Now my list is blue and I say orange. Orange is actually the color. If you notice, a lot of payment buttons are orange because that's the color that makes people buy for some reason. The power of pop-ups. I know you probably hate pop-ups because there's this mentality, I think, in the travel community, travel bloggers community, that pop-ups are a bad thing. You may think they are, but they're effective. And so you need to come up with a way to figure out how to get people who are just browsing your website to know that you actually have a newsletter. Because if they're on a page, like, a destination page, and you don't have a little thing that I showed you on the side to sign up for a newsletter, or even if it's there, it all blends in. But when a pop-up comes up, it says, hey, I noticed you're enjoying my content. Do you want to sign up for my monthly, weekly, daily newsletter? And bam, they sign up, and then you have their information. Now, they're very effective in increasing opt-ins. The best practice is to time your pop-ups to avoid annoying people. Sometimes you go to a website and immediately you get a pop-up. It's like, well, I haven't even looked at your content yet. So give the people a chance, 45 minutes, seconds, sorry, and just give them a chance to look at your content, digest it, and then decide if they want it or not. Now, you can do something called an exit pop. So as soon as they decide to leave, it'll say, hey, sign up for my newsletter before you go. Now, there are some tools you can use this. ConvertKit has a tool, it's built in, you can set that up. Beehive, I think, has something, but I haven't used it yet. But Opt-in Monster is actually a tool that's designed specifically for pop-ups, and it has a plethora of pop-ups that you can use. So always think about the tool. Now, in order to, if you get all those plethora of things, you do have to pay for the tool, but you're investing in your business. And this is why in a previous video, I told you need to register your business because all these become business expenses, and then you can expense them as part of your taxes. Thank you pages. Once somebody signs up, you need a thank you page. You need to say, hey, thank you so much for signing up for the newsletter. Here's what to expect next. You can set up, you can link to popular content on your blog, or if you have additional bonuses, you can link to that as well, and encourage social media sharing. This is what a thank you page look like for a survey that I did, but you can create something very similar for your items. Now, once a person signs up and they get the thank you page, immediately the systems will send a welcome email if you have one set up. And yes, you need one. The welcome email, it makes a strong first impression. And you're saying, hey, thank you so much for signing up for my email. Here's the goodie I promised you. By the way, you ask them more questions. Now, you're going to attach the file to the email. Attaching is not so much of a good thing because some email servers will reject it because it's an attachment. So you might just want to put a link, and the link goes to a specific place so they can download it. You could even say, hey, you're a member of a Facebook group, and when they go into the Facebook group, they get the goodie that you promised. You can even put it as a hidden link on your website. And so they only get that hidden link once they get the welcome email and signed up. You could also set up a membership site where our community. And so once they sign up for the email, they get access to a community if that's what you wanted to give them. So you know that only people that you've vetted or that you've had their email address for or that come to your website is actually in this group. And you can also ask for feedback in the email. This is actually a really important thing. And What we're going to do before we talk about newsletter frequency is I'm going to go over here and I already have my welcome email queued up so you can see what it is. This is inside Beehive, and you can see that it says welcome to Passwriter newsletter, link to ebook included because I just told them that if you sign up for my newsletter, I'm going to send you an ebook. And so you want to say that, right? And it says, I'm so glad you're part of the Fast Rider Travel family. It says, welcome and thank you for signing up for my periodic newsletter and supporting FastRider.com. Before I get into what to expect, one quick thing. If this email landed in your promotions folder, move it to primary so it makes you actually see the next edition. Now on to the cool stuff. The thing about this is that Gmail is really weird, and most people have Gmail. But sometimes because this is a marketing email, it'll put it in the promotion section. People don't necessarily see that. But if you move it over to the primary, every time the next one comes, it'll be in the primary and they're more likely to see it. Sometimes this may also end up in the spam folder. So you may get an email or something, it's hard to put that in here and say, hey, go look in the spam folder, but that is something you can put on your thank you page because the thank you page, everybody's going to see that. So on the thank you page, you can say, hey, go look in your email, in your spam folder, because you may see the email there rather than in your mailbox. But when you go here, they're reading the email now, so you can tell them, hey, make sure it's in the primary box. So the next time it'll go in the right place. So then you say, as promised, and include their name. Here is your personal copy of my new guide, and this is what they signed up for. And make sure they have it. And I threw in a bonus. And oh, could you share the newsletter with someone you know? And this is a share feature that's built into Beehive. So when they click this, they get credit for the share. And when they get to the two shares, they will get automatically, the system will send them a link to the guide that I promise. And just so you know, the newsletter will be sent each week or when I have any offers that may benefit you. These offers will help you save time and money in your travels. If they're affiliate offers, they help keep the site up and running. Please take a minute to reply to this email and tell me what you're struggling with right now as a traveler and which online sites you're using to solve the issue if appropriate. What this does, this actually verifies your email and Google is like, oh, this is a good email. And so because they've replied to it, and then you say, you're actually doing a little survey here because you want to find out what is it that they're using right now that's helping them. Because if there's a tool out there that you don't know about, you need to go investigate it and see what it is so that you can create something similar. Or, some people actually acquire tools that they find out that a lot of their users are using. They just go buy that tool and then they own it, and so you get more stuff from your users. That's really advanced monetization though. And the next piece says, in addition, if you work for an airline, because mine is very airline specific, I'd love to know the airline and what you do for the industry. Because what this does is give me an idea of who my readers are. And so whenever I write information, I can tailor. Remember we're talking about the avatar, right? And so I can tailor my information to that particular person because I know who they are. And this is my start page that's on the website. I try to get people to start on that page because that page has everything they need to know about the website and how to get started. I also have my social media links, and so I print them all and I say, hey, go join my Pinterest, my Facebook, my YouTube, and my Twitter and Instagram. Right. So I'm really telling people, this is what I want you to do. This is how I need you to go. And I'm also promoting my book. And I say, hey, this is my book. And I've also written another book, and here are the two links to them. So you can put whatever you want in here. And then, you sign up and say, hey, here you are. You have some links. And then you have some resources that they can link to. These are all affiliate links. And everybody who signs up for my newsletter gets this page. So I hope that helps and give you an idea of what the welcome email format should look like. Now let's talk about frequency. I always see people talk about newsletter frequency and they get so bent out of shape because they're like, there's no way I can do a daily newsletter. Sure, you can. You're on Facebook every day, you're on Instagram every day. And if it's not working and you know that your email marketing works, then you could send daily emails. Now, when you send daily emails, you do have to tell your readers that they're going to be daily because otherwise they will unsubscribe. I'm on a bunch of daily emails and they give me daily aviation news, which is perfect. Or, some people give you daily stock news or just daily news in general. So it just depends on what you're delivering. Weekly is good, monthly or as needed. I do 3 times a week because I do a special one for videos and I do another one for offers. And then I do one for a weekly one, the one I get every day. Like today is Friday, so I need to send one out today. Now, yes, you do get unsubscribes, but you know what? The people who unsubscribes are the people you don't need anyway, and you need to prune your list. Now, pruning your list means there is when you send emails out, you're gonna get people who don't open the list or people who are they're just no longer interested or they haven't opened the email list in a while. Sometimes it's not that they're not interested, it's just that they just read the headline and they don't like the headline or the subject line. And so they don't open the email. And the system says, well, this person hasn't opened the email in so long. So what you do is after a while, you send a little message that says, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Goodbye. And you'd be surprised at how many people reply back and say, no, 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 don't kick me out. I've been this. I get so many excuses, and it's very, very interesting to read. And I recognize that they're there. And also, people tell me that, look, I get your emails, I keep them because whenever I'm ready to use them, that's when I open them. Now, one of the things with emails is that when you talk to some of the brands, they want to get clicks. And so if they send you an offer and the person doesn't click on it right away, they don't think it's effective. However, if I'm sending you information and say Antigua, and you're not going to Antigua today, but you're going to go to Antigua in 2 months, you'll go look at it in 2 months. You don't need it today, but the brands don't really get that because they want immediate butts in beds is what they're looking for, which doesn't always happen immediately. Because I get readers go, oh yeah, you sent me something about Guyana like about a month ago, or 2 months ago, or 3 months ago. I can't find it, but can you send it to me again? And I'll send them a link to it, and then they'll go take a look at it. Consistency is the key, though. I always send out my newsletter every Friday, no matter where I am. I send that newsletter out. Even if it's just a little blurb that says, hey, I'm running around, I can't get the full newsletter out, but here's a newsletter and here's a little thing I've done for you. I try to keep the website fresh and try to at least have something I've updated or I've created for the readers because it keeps them informed and it makes more sense to do that. I suggest you do something very, very similar. Monetizing your email list. Okay. So it took me long enough to get to this part, but I had to give you a little basis. And I've talked about monetization along the way if you've been listening. So you can offer uh, subscriber only discounts. So what you do is you will set something up in the newsletter. And let's say you're selling, I don't know, it's a travel newsletter. So you're selling a travel guide, or you're selling a t-shirt or whatever it is. And you'll say, hey, as a newsletter subscriber, you get 10% off. Here's a code. And everybody else who's not a newsletter subscriber would pay the full price. You could promote your affiliate product. This is probably the best way to do it. There's a company called Stay 22, and and I'll send you a link to Stay 22. They do hotels, and you can get revenue opportunities from the hotels. So whenever somebody comes in and book a hotel or a car or a flights get really crappy. Um, what do you call it? Affiliate commissions. But hotels aren't too bad. The longer the people book the hotels, the better it is, and you can get a really nice commission when somebody books like a 5 or 6 nights or something like that. State 22 is a little weird because they take 30 days to pay you, and then you can't request payment again for another 30 days. It's very odd how they do it. But it works for the most part. You can sell travel related products or travel gear. So you can sell travel related products or you can sell travel gear. The travel related products, you would go and try it. This is where you do surveys. So I ask my readers, which is your favorite hotel? Which is your favorite airline? Where do you buy your travel products? And when they tell me these things, I can use that to figure out, well, if they always do their bookings at booking.com, then I should use booking.com as an affiliate. But when I use Stay 22 works with booking.com and I get the same type of commission per se. So this is why you survey your readers so you can figure out what they do. If they are people who buy umbrellas, and you can go get a link to an umbrella. If they do a special backpack, and if you're an outdoors person and they buy for their shop at REI, then you want to go become an REI affiliate. You can also become an Amazon affiliate and then you sell them stuff from Amazon. Amazon is really tough, at least for me anyway. So this is the kind of stuff you have to think about. Now you can host a webinar for your folks. So let's say your couples travel, that might be your niche. You can every month you can host one webinar per month, and then you invite people in and you talk about a particular destination, or you talk about issues that couples have when they travel, and you charge a fee for it. Whether it be $27 a month is that kind of membership, and or you can charge a one-time fee, and then on the back end you can do consultation, which is another way to do your list. If you want to do travel consultation for your readers, then this is something you'd provide. The idea is that you have an ebook, which is a small price. Then you do the membership, which is like an email thing that you set up, and you have people do it every month. And then the last part of that is to do coaching, and which is where you will coach people one-on-one, and you'll plan their trips for them, and they'll pay you to plan your trips. The other way to do your emails is to have ads in your email. And this is where inside the email, it'll say in partnership with, and it has a link. And when somebody clicks on that link and go to the advertiser, you get some kind of bounty just because they clicked on the link. So you have to make sure that these are ads that your readers are interested in. This is ads just in the email itself. Plus, there's also what they call email boost, where if somebody has, let's say there's a golf digest and people on your list like golf, so you include a golf digest link, and then when somebody clicks on that, they can go and they can subscribe to Golf Digest. And for each subscriber, you get a bounty for it. And this is a new thing that Beehive and uh what's the other company? Kit has also, it's so weird calling them Kit instead of ConvertKit has also done. Now, what are your next steps? First, you need to define your email marketing goal, and you can use AI to help you. And you saw how I did that. Just manipulate that AI prompt that I gave you, and you can tweak that. If you don't like what it says, once it gives you the marketing strategy, you can go change it if you don't like what it says. But at least it puts you in a frame of mind. Choose an email marketing delivery system. I recommend Beehive or Kit, and I'll have links to those. And I remember the reason why I recognize do those is because this is a monetization system that I'm giving you here. And those two systems have the best monetization around for newsletters. Place opt-in box strategically, the homepage, about page, special sign-up page. The about page, you gotta have an opt-in box on your about page because we're very curious about each other. And the first time we go to somebody's news website, we want to find out, well, who they are. Who are you? Why should I listen to you? What's your why is it that you're qualified to be teaching this? And so people go to your about page. On your about page, you should have a sign up for your newsletter on there. And you should always create a special sign up page because if you're on a podcast or something like that, you could say, hey, if you go to password.com/sign up, you can sign up for my newsletter. It's just a special page and it's easy. It's easy to say that. Now you can, and the next step is you need to start driving traffic to your opt-in pages. Social media, I showed you how to do that with ManyChat. Paid ads, which I didn't talk about much, but some people you can do YouTube ads, you can do Facebook, Instagram, and you can even do ads to, well, they have WhatsApp yet, but that's coming. But you can do Facebook and Instagram ads. You can also do Twitter, and you can do Pinterest, and you can do LinkedIn. So depending on where your audience is, you can do different ads. Now, you're probably saying, why am I spending money to on acquiring subscribers? Because when you get those subscribers on your email list, I talked about all the different ways that you can monetize your email list. So you're bringing somebody in, they may cost you $1 a subscriber to come in. However, you will have ways of marketing to these people once they're on your email list, but they got to be on your email list. And word of mouth, don't dispute that. If you go to conferences, give a card, you can do QR codes these days, but QR codes are kind of weird because, I just saw the new AI came out for the Samsung S24, and this always bugged me, where somebody gave me a QR code, but I can't do what I need to do then, but I need to scan the page or hold the page. And I couldn't figure out, well, if you give me a link, I could take a picture of the link. But when I take a picture of the QR code, how do I scan the QR code when it's a picture on my phone? Well, the new AI allows you to do that. You just circle the code and it goes to the page. So that makes it so much easier now. Uh, to use a QR code and to make it actually work. And word of mouth, tell people you have a newsletter. They always say, to get your first 100 people, you talk to the people that you know, the people that you're close to, and these are the people that will kind of kickstart your newsletter initially. I have a new newsletter. I've only had 69 people so far, and I started with nothing. And I actually did start with word of mouth, but I'm only picking the people that I know, and it has a share. And the people that I know are interested in it. And so far, no one has unsubscribed, so that's good. All right, so let's recap. Um, we talked about what is email marketing, why we should collect leads, setting up your campaigns, the features you need to look for in an email marketing tool, what tools you need to get started. And Beehive and ConvertKit are my two favorites. Creating opt-in pages, creating a compelling sign-up page, the power of the dreaded pop-ups, thank you pages, creating an effective welcome email, newsletter frequency, monetizing your email list, and we talked about the next steps. So, uh, recapping the takeaways, build a community, deliver value, and use your and you do this using email marketing strategy strategically. Can't even speak now. Final thought, start building your email list today because it's never too late. So subscribe to the channel, turn on weekly. Well, it says for weekly tips, but I am probably going to be giving you tips. So I'm trying to do a video a day, at least for the first 30 days, so you can have content whenever you come here to look at. And leave a comment or question, and ask what's going on. I mean, if I said something that didn't make any sense, comment on it. If I said something that made sense, comment on it too. But I need feedback. If I don't get feedback, then I won't know if what I'm doing makes any sense, and if you're actually understanding anything that I'm saying here. So we did subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and subscribe, and the subscribe and notification is really good because it gives it a little bell when you subscribe, and what it does, it'll tell you as soon as I create a video, it'll send something out for you to take a look at, and so watch them, comment, share, and leave some tell me how am I doing because I don't know how I'm doing. And follow for more insight. Thank you so much. And I will see you soon in the next video, which I'm gonna start creating right away. Thank you. This is Kerwin, the travel blogger, when I want to talk to you soon.